I'm ShadowChild. Some people know me as Simon, which is fine as well. Yeah, I've been doing what I do for about 12 years, had a couple of projects that have had really good success, always dabbling with a bit of this and a bit of that outside of house music as well, which is what I'm known for, and yeah, excited to be here today. My studio, I'm quite lucky to have collected a lot of the bits that I always wanted. So there's a lot of stuff in there. Jupiter 6, Jupiter 8, JX8P, Juno 60, on the Roland side of the synths. Also, a lot of the drum boxes, 80899, 707, Lindrum, a few other bits, some newer bits in there as well. So some more recent synths and modules and stuff like that, including the D-50. I had the D50 first. I've had that about 5 years. I've only just sold it actually. Reason being just to kind of make a bit of space. So I got the D-50, which is exactly the same, minus the little joystick controller. And I've very recently picked up a PG-1000 programmer as well. I always managed to find really nice, immaculate units when I look around, because they're kind of hard to find in good condition. A lot of those keyboards were gigged, heavily gigged by people, and yeah, these ones were nice ones out of people's studios that have been looked after, which is always a bonus. I was very lucky. I went to a school that had a music teacher who was very forward-thinking and brought a lot of music technology, which now isn't very unusual, but back then it was not very common at all. We're talking 1989. Here. So one side of me was obsessed with hearing all this new rave music, acid house and everything else going on. The other side was me going to school as a 12-year-old. My music teacher, John Gledall, his name is, not your average music teacher, and he owned a D50, and we used to do the school play every year. And he brought it in because he would do the music. But I just remember hearing those strings for the first time and stuff from the D50. I mean, like, where's he got that sound from? So yeah, the bit of kit was there, and I managed to get over during a rehearsal and go and check out this piece of kit. I hadn't really thought about getting one for years. It was all about analog synths, basically, for me. But I think the music I've been making the last 5-6 years has kind of borrowed a bit from that early 90s era of dance music. So early drum and bass, early rave, early house. And a lot of those guys, the original producers, were using the D50 or the JD800, or we mentioned the 2080 as well. All those lush pads and those sounds are all coming from those units. I think the D50 always surprised me with its kind of warmth and the low end, even from it. And from that era of synths, and when it came out in the mid to late 80s, it was up against a lot of kind of you know, heavy hitting synths, but synths that maybe didn't have what the D50 had. There's definitely had that classic sort of Roland warmth to it, which was kind of mad for a digital synth at the time. Just completely got its own vibe about it. Much like the old drum machines, they're not standard sounds. They don't quite sound like a tom or whatever, but it's just its own instrument, do you know what I mean? And you can really push it. So I recently got on the Roland Cloud and downloaded what was available there, and the D50 plugin is available there as well. I haven't had a lot of time to get stuck into it, but it's going to be really great to take on the road on my laptop, for instance, and stuff like that, and then bring back those ideas to the studio. But the Cloud's wicked. You know, you get it's got its own app, and everything downloads real nicely and seamlessly for you. And you know, I can't wait to use it on the road. So the D-05 is really exciting because you're getting all the guts of the D50 or the 550 in one box, and you can easily pick it up and take it with you, obviously, as well. So this would be pretty exciting to take on the road as well. And all the original sounds seem to be on it, and I think all the cards as well. And there's loads of new features which I've not seen yet that weren't on the original D50 or 550 as well, like a sequencer and all those kind of bits. So that's going to be really useful. But what actually is really cool to me is just having those original sounds in this box, just as a start point, even without getting stuck into it and programming it even. So yeah, I'm excited to have a play with it. But already there's Some of these sounds are like, you know, been all over a lot of early jungle records and house tunes and stuff as well. And it's really nice to have them in a brand new unit. And there's some famous sounds on it as well, which have been on some great records over the years too. There's the strings, which MK was quite famous for using on his early house stuff. And it's got this oriental bell sound, which is been on lots of stuff, but in particular there's a real famous drum and bass record on Good Looking, the bell tune, which has got an arpeggio made from this sound. I remember Spy as well came to my studio, he's on Hospital Records, and he was like, oh my God, that's the bell tune. He's like really excited. So it's kind of, you know, yeah, it's been done, but it's kind of exciting as well and kind of inspiring to have some of those sounds at your fingertips. I guess anyone who's picking this up for the first time and bringing it home to get stuck into it, it's don't just take it for what you get on the top layer, because it's like going to be like an onion, this thing, you know. If you can get stuck into it and be programming it, maybe even via the plugin, then you're going to find a whole world of stuff in there, I think, that is going to inspire you to write some exciting music, because yeah, it's just got everything that you want in a piece of kit about it. The depth, the quality of the sound, and even the original presets to work from to build your own sounds quite easily. It's going to be an exciting thing to play with.